For my final project, I decided to make a spin-off of the game Pong. So for my game, it's a four-player Pong game, and it's going to be played like Hunger Games style. So each player will start out with 3 lives. Normal Pong rules: each time a player misses the ball and it goes past their wall, they'll lose a life. And when a player runs out of lives, they will die and their wall will become a now playable wall where the ball will bounce off of it. So the less paddles there are, the more walls there are, the slower the game goes at the end. So in order to tackle slow games, I had it so that each time the ball bounces off of a paddle, it speeds up a little bit, and so this kind of creates a dynamic of difficulty. So before I launch up, I will show that I completed some of the requirements listed. So as far as the enum classes go that we were supposed to do, I did it in my paddle.h class right here. This enum class dictates the valid key options to move paddles depending on which paddle placement there are. So for the side paddles, you can only go up and down, and for the paddles on the top and bottom walls, they can only go right and left. And that's the enum class. As far as my prototypes go, originally I was going to make my ball into a singleton class. I modified it a little bit later because I thought I was going to add a power up where you could add like a second ball in play. Decided not to do that, but I left it as is. As for the paddle class, this is a factory prototype. This is a factory design class. It uses inheritance because I had to switch the heights and widths depending on if it was a paddle on the top walls or a paddle on the left and the right walls, because on the left and the right they have to be tall, on the top and bottom they have to be really wide. And then I realized that I should have made this paddle player class as another level of inheritance, but I ended up just making it another inherited class from the parent paddle class, because I just needed to give the player a couple more attributes, like the setting AFK, but otherwise it's the exact same as the paddle side. Okay, so now launching up. So this is the starting state of my game. As you can see, this is the top is the play area. The ball is not moved yet. I represented the player's paddle in blue just so it was pretty obvious which one you're going to be. The game starts when you push play. We have the pause button and we can reset the game. This button here is so that we can meet the extra credit requirement, making the game fully simmed and having no players at all. So if I push the CPU button, then my player will just be controlled as an AI like all the others. But I can switch this anytime in the game. I can go back up to playing. So I will start it now. And it's going to start out with me controlling the paddle. So I'm going to use the up and the down to control the paddle. So here we go. As you can see, the player on the right just lost a life. Player on the top just lost a life. I'm going to continue playing. I'm going to show you the pause functionality. Turns red just so we know which buttons clicked. I'm going to start it again. And I'm going to pause it again here. Now I'm going to make my paddle be completely CPU controlled. I'm completely hands off now, and my player is just going as is in the middle of the game. So I'll let this run for a little bit. I want to show you an example of when a player dies. So just right there, the player on the right died, and their space became a playable wall that it'll just bounce off of now. So I'll let it continue for a little bit, showing that it can play. See, I just died here, so the game will continue now until there's one player left, and it looks like we're about to have a winner. So that is game over. We can see that my bar chart here updated with the current standings. The issue I was having with the bar chart was when I sim games, I was having issues tracking the previous winners from the games, and the bar chart would just look like this and shift between players, and I couldn't seem to get it to link up. I'm going to keep looking at that before it's completely due, but yeah, so now I'm going to show you that you can reset the game. We can go ahead and start playing again. So we never break here. Now I will show you the simulation function to meet the extra credit requirements. I'll just go ahead and reset it so we can start from here. Actually, before that, I'll show you this help button. This is just to pull up the general rules. I have it so that if the game is playing currently, that it will pause. So now I'm going to show you the simulation feature. This feature will automatically turn your player to be controlled by the AI, and it'll reset the timer to run at 50 times the speed of the normal gameplay, just to get through the games a little bit quicker. And the one issue I was having here was that there's a little bug, and you'll see it that when it gets down to like 2 paddles, the game, it seems to be a lot slower, but once one of those paddles dies and the game resets, it goes back to being really quick. So the 10 games kind of takes a while to watch, so I'll show you just a few of them, but here we go. So as you can see, we are simulating a game right now. This is still the first game. The ball got kind of stuck in a loop there, but yeah, that's the little fixes that we have to make, but it looks like it's going to nuzzle its way out. There we go. Yeah, so as you can see, this will start to take a little bit longer, but it does, I assure you, eventually end. Each game is different because I seeded the first direction of the ball with the current time to the millisecond. So each time the ball resets, it should start a little bit different. So I think we just got a little bit unlucky with this game, but usually it doesn't do this. So I'm going to go ahead and reset. I have it in my code where it'll stop at 10 games. I just have a little counter. I just be too painful to watch right now. So I am going to pause it, reset it. And yep, that is my project. So thank you for watching.